I hired too fast. It cost me money. It cost me my time. It also cost me working with the wrong people that did not align with my vision. And mostly it had me burnt out.
Love yours.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Uchechi Ihoma. I'm a creative business consultant, creative entrepreneur, a marketing specialist. I run my marketing agency, Content Be Curated, here in Lagos, Nigeria. And if this is your first time tuning in, thank you so much. And I share about creative business, system structure, strategies, and everything in between for my faith, my lifestyle, because I'm just a girl who loves Jesus, right? So let's get into the video. First of all, some backstory so you have some context. A couple of years ago, I kind of like hired, my team grew and we grew to like maybe 8, 9 people. And this was coming from a team of just 2 people. And what happened was I got really excited that we were growing in revenue. We were making a lot of money. We were having clients wanting us left and right. There's side gig here, side gig there. But the downside of that was because I hired too fast and we scaled up too fast, it had us burnt out. And something that really happened in that place was we hired lots of redundant staff. Redundant means people you don't necessarily need, and we did not now hire the actual people we needed. Not that any of these people in themselves were wrong or they were bad staff. It was just the timing. And I know most creatives are going through this where they actually hire thinking they are doing the right thing, but they make a couple of mistakes along the way. So I really want to share my story so that you can learn from my mistakes and actually not make that mistake for your business. Now, what was the thing that actually happened? And this, everything I'm sharing with you today is a hindsight thing. Like I've actually experienced it and I'm here today to share with you so you actually don't make that mistake. So because you're increasing in revenue, your money is growing, it seems like you're earning more money. It doesn't mean that you need more staff. Yes, because you're earning more doesn't mean you need more staff. Before you hire an extra staff or before you grow, add more people in your team, be sure that your month-on-month revenue has been consistent at least for the last 2-3 months and looks like will be consistent again the next 2-3 months and all before you hire extra hands. That is one of the mistakes I made. Another thing I did was not having an organogram in the sense that having a layer of things. I was the one that was then managing all these people that I had hired for my business. And this is where most businesses miss it. They don't hire managers or they don't hire more experienced people to manage the people they hire. So as a creative, I would not recommend, if you can, please don't. Do not be the direct person that is managing your team members. Have someone more of like your right-hand man. And I think this is where I missed it. And what had happened was that our operations manager had relocated, but I did not think to fill in her space and then went on to hire some people. So looking back, I should have hired for that key role first before I had hired the other people I then hired. So you see, the mistake there is not the people that were hired, it's just the timing, and this is where most people like miss it. For a creative person, be sure that you have like a key man, like your second hand man, that if you're not there, that person can handle it. That person can take up the client's inquiries, manage the team members, someone that literally you trust this person with your business. You need that person in your business. Another mistake I made was quote unquote the quality of people, right? And when I say the quality of people, it also speaks to the people that there's something wrong with them, right? I'm saying the stage at which they were at when they joined the company. Creative entrepreneur, when you're hiring people, as much as they're doing you a favor, you're also doing them a favor too by giving them a job, right? And they're also there to serve. So like it's a win-win situation. I think I kind of like forgot the fact that I was doing these people, like I was also providing value to people that were part of my company, and I leaned into like just trying to beg people to be in the company. Working in this company, you are working in a company that you can go away from here tomorrow and have people say, I want to work with you because you work at that company. So what I did, one of my major mistakes was kind of like undervaluing the value of working with my company. So you really need to be clear on the benefits that if you, just like now, you know, that if you work at XYZ company, you become a hot cake. You get, and I feel and I know for a fact that my business Content Curated has that effect, that if you're a creative and you work in my agency and you go out and say you worked here and people look at our track record, you will tend to be more, 2 times or 3 times hireable just because of your experience at the agency. So don't underplay the value your creative business brings to your employees' life. And one mistake I also learned was the fact that I think this also speaks to the cultural or the mental mind or the mental state of the people I'm hiring, right? And this requires you to have your emotional intelligence as an employer of labor on 100. Some people just want to earn money. Other people don't want. Some people just want to say they are working somewhere, right? And it's your duty as the employer to sieve that out. And this usually happens in the interview stage, already seeing how they apply, how they show up. I remember having someone that worked with me a couple of years ago. The way she showed up to the interview, I should have known was a red flag, but I just kind of like threw it under the bus. As a creative entrepreneur, when you're hiring, be very intuitive with yourself. Like, don't ignore the red flags. See them as a message. Somebody is trying to signal you. Something within you is trying to signal you and all. Another thing I also say is for like fresh people are hiring fresh graduates, right? Hire graduates that you can see the hunger in their eye, not graduates that think they're doing you a favor. So for instance, if you live in Nigeria, I'm going to be very brutal because I have to be honest with my creatives here, right? If you live in Nigeria, you want to hire people that when they're working with you, you can see that it is more of like it's an honor rather than people that feel like, oh, they are too big, they have it all. Maybe they have like nepotism. Well, they're just doing this for a time. They'll go back and do what their mom or dad has for them. You really want to avoid this kind of people because the energy kind of like transfers into your team. So you have to be very careful and be able to read the energies of these people that you're hiring. And then also one thing you also need to do is have like a line of reporting. Don't give people access to come and meet you because you're the boss. Always try to send them back to the person that they should have worked on that project with. If somebody says, oh, they didn't speak to the social media manager, okay, why are you coming to me? So go and have a conflict. Hire people that have conflict. They're not afraid of conflict, and they can also resolve conflict. That is very, very key in every creative business because creatives will clash. People will clash and all. Looking back now, what I'll do differently, honestly, and this is for any creative out there, is I'll take my time to really hire. I'll not hire because I'm making more money just yet or because I hit a huge amount of money. I'm going to wait for my month-on-month that's month-on-month revenue to be consistent. And then I'll hire only the key roles we need. I would also look to collapse a couple of roles because what usually happens is that sometimes some tasks are redundant. You see people saying they're social media manager, intern. I was like, you don't need all these interns for this particular work. Why don't you hire 2-3 strong people and maybe have like a support system? So it's subjective to your creative business, right? But and again, for creatives, you need to get out of that sentiment of wanting. I think most creatives have this thing of like they want to pay, they want to be good, they want to be better than their bosses. Sorry, you're running a business. You actually have to be logical and strategic because maybe you worked in a shitty place and you are not earning too much. You just want to be increasing people's salary because you're making more money. What are they just like? On what grounds are you increasing those people's salary? Not just do it out of vibes because you're emotional and all. You're really going to regret that. And don't forget that your business itself also needs money to keep the lights on, right? So you have to be very frugal when you are spending money. Now, if you have any tips, any relatable moments of as a creative when you're hiring, what is your worst hiring mistake? First of all, I want to hear that. What was the worst mistake you had done with hiring? I want to hear your stories. Please let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. I would also recommend you get my team onboarding and the management templates, the plugin templates. Just think about it as a step-by-step SOP for you to hire and hire right. In this template, it has like plugin emails, it has like handouts, it has like handbooks for welcoming your team members to your team. It has interview questions. It has how to hire, so how to like a job application board on Notion that you can easily publish. All of these things I use for my agency and it gives us like a professional view, a professional feel, and helps us to hire the right people. And I'm never speaking from imagination. I always speak from experience. So if you found this video helpful, please and please, like, share, subscribe to my channel. And of course, the link to purchase the template is in my description box. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.